Okay, everyone. Hi, guys. I see you, Sarah. Oh my goodness, my hair looks frizzy today. I'm in Italy and it's like warm and humid. So, all right, guys. So, I'm going to just wait a few minutes, give everyone a little bit of time to check in. You can introduce yourselves in the chat. I do have my assistant here with me who's going to be helping me. Actually, she's in the States helping me, and I'm in Italy. So if you have any questions as we're going along, drop them in the chat or drop your questions in the Facebook group and I will answer them later. Okay. So hopefully we'll have no internet issues and everyone can hear really well. Let me just do a check. Guys, put it in the chat if you could see me and hear me. Okay. As you guys are hopping in. Sarah, so I have you in the book. Let's see, my old school book. I'll make you laugh your ass off because
I didn't want to, oh, I have one too. We talked about that before. There's something about writing things down, like in my neuro reprogramming for rapid reprogramming, she talks about to change subconscious belief. You need to write it down so it creates neural pathways. So
Yes.
it's not
So
old
I
school.
have you down at
Neural
9
pathways.
a.m. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me just, I don't want to take up too much time. So I have you down for 9 a.m., 3 p.m. So I will call you on Messenger.
3 p.m. my time, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Okay, let's see here, guys. I'm just, as you guys come in, introduce yourselves, welcome. I'm just seeing here, making sure. Okay, I want to record this. Perfect. So I'll make you guys laugh. As I'm in my Zoom, the other day, my laptop crashed and burned. Like it went up in smoke. It just wasn't working. It's new. So I had to get it fixed in Italy. And I'll make you guys laugh as now everything's written in Italian. Now, mind you, I read and write Italian, but it's still like, wait a minute, I have to think a little more to like, what does it say? Like, so I have to change the language on it because I didn't realize that. Anyway, guys, as you come in, introduce yourselves in the chat. I want you guys all to connect. If you're not connected, I know we've had so many people sign up and register, but not very few of you have actually joined the Facebook community. So do yourself a really big favor and go into the Facebook community and connect with each other, become friends, support each other. I believe I'm a big proponent that community and people all doing the same thing on a journey is really powerful. It just gives you this sense of again, this sense of support, this sense of unity, community. So, and this is something that I've found that helps success rate. So, regardless of if you wind up working with me, or this is the only time you connect with me, or you just stay in the Facebook group and watch my free workshops over and over, I really recommend that you do go into the Facebook group and you do connect with everyone in the group. Post questions. This group is sacred to me because it's everyone that's in the group has shown some type of interest to come to this free workshop to learn about adding new streams of income to their business, to learn about maybe starting an online coaching business, to learn about creating a little bit of an exit strategy to add more to their life. Everyone who has joined this workshop are mostly beauty and wellness professionals, right? There's some other service-based business owners, which is totally fine. But I'm speaking really from getting out, like it's getting out from behind the chair or behind the esthetician table, getting out from behind the nail table, from actually doing the physical work and beating your body down and exhausting yourself. It's so funny. In my other workshops, I kind of realized that I forgot to talk about this. Like, I just am so used to that being part of my past life that I forget almost. I'm like, you know what? I've accepted that, but I think this is something that we all feel: the exhaustion, the burnout, the strain on your body, the physical and emotional drain of clients. Now, I work with people who are estheticians, medi spa owners, holistic practitioner, wellness practitioners. We're all giving an awful lot energetically, physically. And the biggest thing that pushed me like really over the edge was when my businesses had to succumb to the shutdowns, and I felt like so out of control, and no one gave a shit. I thought to myself, if I didn't have my online business, what the hell would I have done? Like, I'm a single mom. Yes, I'm remarried, but I'm still a single mom because my kids are my responsibility. I had to take care of them. So again, I think it's really important that everyone who comes into this workshop for these next 3 days, I'm going to keep you about a half hour each day. The replays will all be in the Facebook group. I'll leave them in there a week. I invite every single one of you to make a call with me, book a call with me. I know some of you already had, I know some of us are even working together in other realms. If you haven't connected with me, take advantage of that 10-minute call. It's a connect call. It's not a sales call. I'm just going to help you get clarity or break through whatever limiting things roadblocking you. And it's for us to help each other, to collaborate, see how I can support you and maybe how you can support me, because we all have brilliance. So without any further ado, guys, again, as you come in, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. I do have my assistant in New Jersey helping me. She's on here too. So if I don't answer your questions fast enough, she can help you. I'm also live in the Facebook group. So I'm super excited that I was able to do that. So if anybody can't hop on the Zoom, you're here. I made you guys a workbook. And when I have these workshops every 8 to 10 weeks, I update the workbooks all the time because I teach and share intuitively, just so you know. So the workbooks are never the same because it's really as what's happening today? What do you need today to, move to that next place in your life and business? So the workbook is just kind of a little roadmap, but I don't follow it to the T. It's for you to be able to do some deep dive work and dig in as the days. I'm going to be teaching for 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, about a half hour each day, pure value, pure meat and potatoes, no bullshit. My goal is that you can walk away from this 3-day workshop, actually implement what I'm teaching you, and you can start your new line of business, your new branch of business as a coach, consultant, online mentor, whatever that looks like for you, right? During this, and then I'm going to add a bonus mindset day. Okay, that's a surprise. I'm going to throw it into the group. I'm not going to expect you guys to show up on Thursday if you don't want to, but I am going to share this with you too, because I think what's between our ears and our head is super important. So again, I am coming to you live from my house in Italy. I am sitting in my kitchen. Unfortunately, it's dark out already, but you can see by the doors that it's a whole different ambiance. And this is part of the magic, right? Years ago, I used to crave to be here more, but I couldn't leave my brick and mortar the way, I can leave now. I had to be there. I mean, even though I had team members working for me, I still was really chained down because if I wasn't there wasn't money coming in most of the time because I was mostly independent and had a small team. So that being said, this is proof, right? It's not about the money. It's about the freedom. It's about the possibilities. It's about just being able to do what you want. And it's about being able to share your brilliance. Like, it's what I call your brilliance, right? I was a hairdresser 30 something years. And I took all my business acumen, all the experience I had, from opening 10 salons, a tanning salon, a cab company, a beauty supply. Everything did not succeed, mind you, or I'd be a bazillionaire. I failed, but I also had great successes. So you see all those wins, and then a lot of personal development work, working on myself, a lot of healing work. The shit hit the fan in my life. Things went wrong. I lost everything, bankruptcy, foreclosure. I'm very honest. A lot of people aren't going to tell you that. It wasn't easy, but that's why I come and serve with such a big heart, because I know what it took to reinvent myself and get myself to a place where I'm like, this is comfortable for me. I can help my people from anywhere. Tomorrow, I have a beautiful client call with Sarah, who's on here live. I'm in Italy. She's in the United States. I have another client call tomorrow. I have a VIP client coming down from Naples who owns a spa, and she's in the middle. We start working together. We're going to meet in person and do an intensive day working on her business because she wants to retire, but she also is starting a coaching business. So you see, like, the possibilities are endless. So let's start out by, I want you guys, I'm very spiritual. If you don't know me, I'm very spiritual. I believe in energy. I believe in your soul. And I believe in listening to your intuition. That married with real business acumen is my secret sauce. So let's take a deep breath together, guys. Put your feet on the ground and let's get grounded. Deep breath in. One more time. Now, before you open your eyes, I just want you to imagine what it would feel like, taste like, smell like, the feelings on your skin, on your face, on your body, in your heart, if you were at the point that you so much desire that made you sign up for this class, meaning you have that new business, you have another stream of income, you are independent, whatever it looks like for you, because everyone's different. I want you to just feel into that for a second. Now take another deep breath. Now slowly come back in the room, feel your fingers, feel your toes. Now, if you weren't sure what you wanted to feel, that's perfectly okay. Because this is something new. We're transitioning into maybe a whole new space that you've never even thought about being in before. So if you're not sure what you were supposed to feel, you're like, oh, I'm not really sure what this is going to feel like. Accept it and just let it move through you. Don't judge it, and don't like sit there and like try and figure it out. Just let it go. So let's get started. So day one is all about getting clarity, which is, let me see who's on here. A lot of my clients are on here, and I could see on Facebook, my assistants tell me a lot of people who already work with me are on here. Clarity is the hardest part, because most beauty and wellness professionals, holistic practitioners, anyone who's of service, we're multi-passionate. If I talk to a bunch of doctors or a bunch of nurses, they would not be on the same level with me because they're not multi-passionate. They're very tunnel visioned. Now, I'm not saying they're better or worse. We're just multi-passionate because we're creatives, we're big-hearted. Most of us are very intuitive. So in that path, getting clarity is really about, you don't have to narrow down and really limit yourself to one thing specific, but the clarity has to be the one thing that you're going to solve for someone. Now, let me give you an example. I was a great colorist. I am a great colorist, hair colorist. I don't want to teach people how to color hair. It does nothing for me. I'm not interested. I could, but I don't want to. That doesn't feed my soul. I'm a great cook, but I don't want to have a coaching business or online business teaching people how to cook. Well, at least not today, maybe someday. Doesn't feed my soul. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm an integrative healing practitioner, right? I could do guided imagery and all kinds of meditation and hypnosis. But that wasn't the only thing I wanted to do. So you have to tap into, what is that end result that you're going to get someone with your brilliance? Now, what's your brilliance? I want you You could do it while we're on here together, or you could take the workbook and just brain dump. Your brilliance is your gifts, your God-given gifts, your skills, your experience in life, your education, right? Things you've overcome, things that you have done. Your brilliance encompasses many different things. Now, some of my clients, they really focus on maybe their God-given gift. Maybe someone's a healer. So they want to focus on using that in their coaching or consulting business. Great. Someone else may be a great esthetician, which I've had so many of these people who want to teach other people how to become great estheticians. Someone might be fantastic with business. So the easiest way to tap into that is start brain dumping all the things that feed your soul, that you're really good at, that come easy to you. We don't realize we dumb down our brilliance because we become so good at something that it's just second nature. You're constantly just doing something. So it is like, it's easy to you. So I always say, reflect on, what are people always picking your brain about? Or what are your friends, family, colleagues always asking you for help with? These are the parts of your brilliance. Now, guys, as you're reinventing yourself or adding a new stream of income to your business, you don't have to pick the thing that you've always done. Like I made the example, I'm a great hairdresser, I'm a great hair colorist, but that is not the focus of my soul work, which is helping people grow their new streams of income, right? Online. Does that make sense? Guys, let me hear you in the chat if this is making sense. Okay. So as we pick our brilliance, we want to really think about identifying, okay, so people are constantly picking my brain about what comes easy to me, but is kind of hard for other people. And what's the ultimate result that I'm getting people? So this is where a lot of people get really overwhelmed in the clarity because they're not sure what the result is that they're bringing to their clients or their future clients, let's say. So let's have an example. Someone could say, well, I'm a holistic practitioner and I'm going to help people have more abundance in their life. I had a client, I have a perfect example. She was a holistic practitioner and she worked with a lot of Reiki healing. And her specialty was end of life doula type of work. I have a few clients that do this, which is really interesting. With this particular client, she just couldn't figure out what she was like. Yeah, but I just make people feel better. I make the family feel better. But you can't sell a coaching program or a consulting business or a mentoring business telling people, well, I'm just going to make you feel better, because that's very vague, right? If I hire a cleaning service, that makes me feel better. You see what I'm saying, guys? So it's really important to think about what is the ultimate solution that we're giving people. So I want you to write down, people buy for 3 reasons. You're either their painkiller, you're promising them a new lifestyle, or you're helping them achieve their dreams. And it could be a combination of 2 or more, of 1 or more of these, right? It does, so think about that. I want you to really feel into that. Is the thing you want to bring to market a painkiller that's going to solve someone's problem? Are you going to help someone have a new lifestyle? Or are you going to help them get to their dreams? Now, if you look at my business, I give you all 3. I will help you with I'm your painkiller because I'm going to teach you how to not be trapped to your brick and mortar business anymore and stop abusing your body and be able to have a freedom-based business and make money doing something totally different. Guys, as you pop in, just say hello in the chat if you want. Like, welcome. I see a lot of you are in here. I see a ton of you are in the Facebook group. So just say hello. What was I just saying? So you want to really think about that your services could be a painkiller for someone. You're helping them acquire a new lifestyle, or you're helping them achieve their dreams. Those are the three components of why people invest in coaching, mentoring, or consulting. So as you go through, for those of you who are just popping in, you can download the workbook. It's an accompaniment. I only teach intuitively, so it's kind of brain dump and go through it later. Don't overthink this. Allow your soul and your intuition to guide you. So we're working on clarity in day one. The clarity is, what's your superpowers? What do people pick your brain about? What's the solution you want to bring to the market as a coach, consultant, healer, mentor in the online space? There's so many different nuances that as we work through this, you'll see you have so many capabilities to share your brilliance. So as I talk of brilliance, I'm just going to go over what I said earlier. It could be a God-given gift. It could be experience. It could be life experience. It could be knowledge you got from being in school, from work. It could be anything that you've reached a point. Like you started at A, you got to B. And you're going to have a long list of things because, again, we're all multi-passionate and we're not brilliant at just one thing. I made an example earlier how I could teach you how to cook. I could teach you how to color hair. I could teach you a bunch of stuff, but I don't. Because I had to really focus on, at this season of my life, what's my soul calling to make a bigger impact in the world and help people reach their dreams, right? Now, another thing I want you guys to focus on is be nice to yourself. You're not going to know the answers. What I'm teaching you in these 3 days is to stimulate your soul and your inner guidance to give you some clarity. And it might change. I have clients that work with me 3-4 years ago. We started out with one business, and as they grew, their business evolved. And that's normal too, because once you have a business model and you have a brand, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, it's very easy to add other things. So I want you guys to tap into what's the end result that you're going to get that ideal client. Your ideal client usually is a younger version of you, not younger in age, but younger in the journey. 9 times out of 10, we reflect helping the people that we were a few months back, a few years back, right? Everyone that's sitting here, when all 80 of you watch these videos that signed up for this class, 9 times out of 10, unless you're just a stalker, you're going to be an earlier version of me at some point. I see you guys laughing. Well, that's the other thing. I call a spade because you know what some people do? They sign up just to see what the fuck you're doing. Like stop. Anyway, you're an earlier version of me, meaning in the journey. Like maybe you're fed up with being in your brick and mortar. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you're at a point where you're an expert. Thank you, Sarah. Where you're an expert. And it's time for you to move to that next season of business in your life. It's time for you to take all these great things that you've done and help other people. Because at the end of the day, I believe as a coach, mentor, or consultant, or online educator, you're simply showing up to be of service to make the world a better place. And the money exchange is simply an energetic exchange for a service well rendered. Like, it's so powerful. So people get mad at me when I say this, but I'm going to say it because I believe it to be true, because someone said this to me when I started on my journey. It's actually pretty damn selfish for you to keep all that brilliance to yourself. If you've had an experience, if you've overcome something, if you've learned something, if you've mastered something, why would I keep that all to myself? It took me like 16 years to, and I don't even tell you how much money, to figure out how to have a lucrative, soul aligned, beautiful online coaching consulting business where I actually get people results and people are happy and they reach their goals. That took me a long time. I got burned. I made mistakes. If I kept that all to myself and didn't help the people that are in the beauty and wellness space and all the holistic and the healers and all the folks that I am so passionate about, that would be selfish. So realign your energy and think about that. So let's tap into a second. Write down on your paper somewhere, who's that ideal client of yours? And what kind of painkiller are they looking for? Lifestyle are they looking for? Or dream are they looking for? So I'll give you 1 second to do that. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is, what do you want your business to look like? Like, how many hours a week do you want to work? Do you want to work one-on-one with people the way I do? Like, I work one-on-one, meaning, so this is stuff that you guys might not even know what it means. So one-on-one means either on Zoom, one person at a time, or on a phone call, one at a time. There's also group coaching where you can have a group from 3 to 300, kind of like this workshop where there's a lot of people in one container. That's a group program. You can do a mentorship, like a membership, where you do 1 week online and then you have people in the container in a group. There's so many different ways. There's live events. Some of my clients, all they do is just retreats or live events. So I want you to really think about, like, what does that look like? Do you want to have a business where you're kind of working with one-to-many? Do you want to have a business where it's really high level, just one-to-one? What feels good to you? So I want you to really tap into that now. What feels good to you and what kind of business are you looking to have? If you have no idea, that's fine too. I want you to drop your questions in the Facebook group. I want you to bomb me with questions, because then I'm going to hop in the group live and answer your questions. I don't care. Ask me anything. I am here for you to be of service this week, to support you. It's like you're working with me this week and I'm giving my service to you. So you ask me anything you want and I'm going to answer those questions for you. All right. The next thing that I think is super important, that again, guys, I'm drinking a little. Do you guys know what Aperol Spritz is? It's a well, I'm having non-alcoholic, but it's like a ginger and orange aperitif in Italy. It's so yummy. But I'm having no booze in it because I stopped drinking last year. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Okay. So what's going to set you apart? This is going to bring me back to your brilliance. Your brilliance. Is it your God-given gifts? Is it a skill set? I have a client of mine. She was an esthetician for 25 years. She opened $5 million spas. She's teaching other new estheticians how to do the same. Her whole niche is business specific. I have some other clients that all they're teaching is energy, spiritual work, healing, doula, personal development, accounting. The sky's the limit. But what's going to set you apart? Let's do a test. What sets me apart? I speak of energy. I tell everyone I use my intuition and I have no qualms about it. I tap into my intuitive gifts to help people achieve their goals. Right? I over deliver. These are some of the things that set me apart. I marry spirituality and business to create results that are beyond anything you could imagine, beyond your wildest dreams. That's what sets me apart. And I want you to tap into you and say, what sets me apart? Maybe you're connected with spirit. Maybe you have divine downloads, right? Maybe you actually survived something that was terrible and now you are so elevated and enlightened that you can help people get to that next level. Maybe you're the best damn hair colorist in friggin' on the East Coast and you're going to start a company. One of my clients actually, she kills it. So she's a hair colorist. She's young. She's in her 30s. We created an app. She wanted to have an app. She's Instagram famous. I can't tell you her name because of like privacy, but she's Instagram famous. And she teaches hairdressers globally, younger hairdressers globally, even older, how to cut their timing in half, how to do certain coloring things faster than anyone else to make more money. She's killing it. She's killing it. Again, she took her brilliance that really no one thought was that important, packaged up, and is serving a community that wants to do those services faster so they can make more money. Do you see how that works? Now you have to, this is what a lot of people leave out too. We have to sell our services because it's a business to people who can afford them. So you always have to keep in the back of your mind the disposable income to make your business viable. Now, for what you want to give, for the things that you just want to give, you can do things like I do. This is something where I'm giving back. I give free value. I take on, once a year, I give a scholarship. I give scholarship to someone 100% free because I want to help them get to that next level. This is how you give back and still have a lucrative business. Does this make sense, everyone? Guys, let me hear some action in the chat if this all makes sense. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, let's see. I'm going to answer some questions real quick. Let's see here. I keep your knowledge and free for people who, okay, I get stopped by to know what is all included options and what to offer in packages. Okay, so we're going to cover that on day 2 and 3. I'll just touch on it a little bit. So for anyone who, there's a lot of people in here who have never even heard of coaching or mentoring or packages. So I'm just going to go from the beginning so it makes sense. When you're offering a coaching, consulting, or mentoring program, it's not a one size fits all. So we create, when you work with me, I help you create what's aligned with you. Because your packages, meaning what you're offering people, like is it 3 sessions talking for an hour with you one-on-one to get to result A? Is it 3 months working together every week for an hour on the phone to get to result A? So being that every single person, the result that you're giving and the end solution that you're giving based on how much money you want to make, we're going to reverse engineer that to create your program. It's not a one size fits all. And you can change it at any time. Does that make sense? The most important thing I found, the biggest mistake I made when I came into this space, I listened to what other people were telling me to do that I thought knew what they were talking about. So I sounded like everyone else in the coaching space. I had the same friggin' programs that looked the same stupid prices, until I realized that that's not authentic. So with each one of you, I would really break down and figure out, because every single business is different. It depends on how much money do you want to make a year? How many days a week do you want to work? What's the end result you're getting your client? Like, are you getting them nugget results? Let's make some examples. So we'll use an example of an intuitive healer. Okay. One of my clients, she's a hairstylist, but she wanted to grow her consulting business based on intuitive healing. Her target client was high seven-figure salon and spa owners. She wanted to work with high-level visionary leaders in our space. Does that make sense so far? But her program, she wanted to have an ongoing support system for these people because they were at such a high level of income, a high level of leadership. They had multiple spas and salons. So they needed a lot of inner support. Her program is a year, but she only talks to these folks one time a month. You see how that fits for what she wants. I have other clients. Another client of mine, she is an educator who teaches other estheticians how to make six figures mastering microdermabrasion. You see how everyone's got such a different, it's so different for everyone. She does smaller things because what her goal is, she has it in increments. So the first part, she has like a 6-week program that she teaches the technical part. Then she has another 6-week program where she teaches the mindset part. Then she has another 6-week program where she teaches the finance part. Do you see how different that is? Now, again, there's no right and there's no wrong reason. I want you to really think about what the end result is. Listen, the first program I ever had was 6 weeks long and it was $297. I'll never forget it. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing in business, but I didn't know what I was doing in the online space. I had no freaking clue. I started going on Facebook every freaking day and doing lives, just sharing what I knew about running a salon, sharing what I knew about having a salon, sharing what I knew about business. Then I started talking a little bit about my journey getting divorced, being married to a narcissist, losing my house. You see how it all went? And I grew my own personal brand. Do you know what that means, guys? People got to know me, they got to like me, and they got to trust me, even if they never met me, just from connecting with them soul to soul. When I offered the 6-week, it was called the Love and Light Business Mastery Program. I was bringing personal development and helping them make more money. It wasn't even that clear. I sold so many of them because it was a short and sweet journey, but people really loved me. So do you see, like, it's not about a one size fits all, and it doesn't have to be permanent. Then I learned, I grew, and I'm like, okay, but if I want to get this kind of result, I really need this much time because I just can't give them enough. Then I changed and created something else. So again, it's not a one size fits all, and it's your business. You can change it, create it, and we customize it. This is the whole brilliance of it. Okay. So did that make sense? Did I answer your question? And the model style of your program is really what you want. Do you like to talk on the phone one-on-one with people? Do you like to talk on the phone one-on-one in Zoom? Or do you like to have a bunch of people in a Zoom call like this, or where you have 5, 6, 10, 15 people? Again, it depends on what you want. And remember, so high-level coaching, consulting, and mentoring is going to be one-on-one. So one-on-one live days, one-on-one phone calls, one-on-one Zoom. That's like the upper echelon. But that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Group, you can have more people you can service for a little lower price tag, and you can create more impact. It's called leveraging your knowledge. Right? Or you could have a membership or an online course where you just pre-record all this juicy stuff in your the results you're bringing, and then you just kind of sell it on autopilot. But I tell everyone the truth. You need money to do that. To sell an online course or a membership, you need marketing. It takes, if you don't have a lot of time to market and you really aren't going to go balls to the wall to market that business and follow a strategy, then you need money. So don't let anyone lie to you. You need money to do that. Now, I teach how to grow your business organically because that's what I did. I grew my consulting business the first year to 6 figures. I remember hitting that 101,000 that first year after I failed for about 10 years, mind you. Okay. Organically, meaning only social media. That's how I did it. So that's what I teach you guys. And then of course if you work with me one-on-one, your strategies are going to be customized to what you need. Okay. So we covered what's going to set you apart, the income, the type of group, the type of programs you're going to offer, and the styles you're going to offer. I think the most important part about day one, and we're almost done, I've kept you guys long enough, is being gentle with yourself. Getting clarity is a process. Okay? Brain dump all your ideas and then start dissecting. And the most important part is, guys, it's not about the money. Remember that money comes when you're being of service. It's about making sure you're 100% aligned in what you're doing and that it feeds your soul. And as your business grows, you can tweak it. Real quick, I'm just going to share a quick story with you guys. When I started, I was afraid to share my intuition. I was afraid to talk about spirituality and energy. Nothing, not religious, just energy, religion, believing in your mind has so much to do with everything, healing, light, God, love, angels. I was afraid to talk about it because someone told me that didn't know what the hell they were talking about. It would discredit my business acumen. So remember, but I wasn't fulfilled not doing that. I need to marry everything because that's who I am. And I want you today, when you get off this video, to be honest with yourself. Work in that workbook, close your eyes and tap into, get out of your head, self-assess, and get into your heart. So guys, that's it for today, day one. I am super excited about tomorrow, day two. We're going to be getting into the meat and potatoes of really what you need to do to get that business together and launch it. Tomorrow we have, if you go ahead in the workbook, you can start fooling around, but it might be overwhelming. We're going to do your value proposition. This really deep dives and pulls out of your soul and your head what it is that you're actually offering people. Because remember, the clearer it is, write this down, third grader. If a third grader does not understand what you do, who you are, and the results you give, you're dead in the water. Dead in the water. It doesn't work. So we're going to work on really honing in on that and the offer that you're going to have and how you're going to get this business out off the ground. And I can tell you something. If you follow everything I tell you, by the time these 3 days are over, you can do this. So guys, sending you all lots of love and light from Italy. I love you. Does anybody have questions? If you have questions, drop them below in the Facebook group. I will hop in the group later. Love you guys. Love you, Loretta, Sarah, Anna, Jamie. Guys, love you all. See you later. Have a great day. Bye, guys.